Welcome to the Student Music Network at Slambunk. We finally made it here. The weather is absolutely amazing. For those of you who don't know, Slambunk is one of the best alternative festivals over here in the UK. We've got an amazing mix of rock, punk, ska, emo, everything spread over 5 brilliant stages. Such as the Slambunk Dicky stage right behind me there. So, what we're going to do today is we're going to be talking to some amazing bands, we're going to be talking to some amazing festival goers, and we're just going to see what we can find.
I gave up before I tried. Maybe I can tell it's over. Maybe I can tell it's over.
Okay, welcome back to the Student Music Network at Slambunk. I'm joined today by Michaela from yours truly. How are you doing, Michaela?
Very good, how are you?
I'm doing very well. We finally got here eventually. But yes, so you guys just finished your set. How was it?
It was amazing. I think it's like one of my favourite sets we've ever played. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked.
Oh, brilliant. So I want to talk about quickly. You guys just released an amazing new single, Hallucinate, and you collabed with You Me at 6 for this as well. With I was going to say John, but it's
Close. Yeah.
Josh Franceschi. How was that?
Amazing. Like I love You Me at 6. They're like one of my favourite bands. So like getting to work with them was just like unreal. And yeah, I can't believe that it exists and it will exist forever now. Really.
Brilliant. And that's part of the upcoming EP. It's Not What I Look Like. Can you tell us anything about that?
Yeah. So This Is What I Look Like comes out on the 15th of July. It's got 7 tracks. I'm just going through what it is. So our singles Walk Over My Grave and Lights On also on it, and we have another single coming out before it comes out. So yeah, I'm excited for it. It's very different for us, but it's still yours truly, which I think is really cool.
Brilliant. I mean, and for those of you guys who can't tell from the accent, you guys are you coming over from Australia? Because you guys are normally based in Sydney, right?
Yeah, we're from Sydney. We've spent a lot of time in the UK just because there's just so much going on here. So it's kind of like, we just kind of stayed for a little bit, but we do go home. Soon.
The things, you guys are headlining the Rock Soundstage tonight in a couple of hours. How are you feeling?
It'll be good. Good. I'm a bit tired because of yesterday, but in about an hour, I think we'll be golden. Yeah.
How was it yesterday? Yeah, you said
it was good. It's just it was odd to be back, like playing at like after 9, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
We're just so tired. I'm old now. Yeah, we're old now. No, it was great. It was amazing to see I really felt like walking around the site that seeing live music just means a bit more to people now, I think, and that was just great too.
I'll say yes, it's very surreal being back, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because you guys, recently had a bit of over the pandemic, sort of kind of fell out with, but then rediscovered your love for music, and I wonder if you could talk to us a little bit about that, if you're comfortable.
Yeah.
Sure.
Basically, like towards the end of 2019, we basically stopped being a band, and I was completely burnt out and done with it, and as a result, that really affected my wanting to listen to and consume music as well, because I just had real negative associations with everything. So weirdly, for most of 2020, I barely listened to anything. I think. And then I had, as we all did, had some crazy stuff going on in my everyday life, and then after having about a year or so to reflect on it, that sort of distance really gave me a kick up the arse, really, to be honest, in regards of what it is that I want to do with myself, really, and it is to make music, and music that I love, really.
Absolutely. I mean, it's pretty much the same for me. I basically stopped listening to music for 2 years. Now I'm happy to be back playing it. But we covered it really.
I think we all have that feeling, I sort of zoning out for 2 years almost.
Yeah.
It's a very, very weird feeling to have. But you guys have come back with some of the most emotional stuff, some of the most sort of hard hitting, I'm sure fueled by this kind of rebirth.
Yeah, definitely.
And you've got an album coming out with that, the President is a Foreign Land, coming out July 15th. There we go, perfect. I'm gonna shout out there. Just near my girlfriend's birthday. That's how I remember. Get some brownie points when we show the video.
Excellent.
But yeah. So do you think that's going to kind of show this journey that you've been on? Do you want to?
I think it does to a point. I think you're right. It's quite an emotional record. I think. Yeah, I mean, inevitably it's a product of where we've come from recently. So I'm just really excited to see how other people connect with it, because I now have sat with the songs for a long time and I know how I feel about them and like what they mean to me, and I can't wait to kind of explore what other people experience, if you know what I mean. Like, yeah,
definitely. No, I totally agree. I keep forgetting that no one's really heard it. We haven't really sent it to anyone. Nobody's heard it, so I can't wait for people to actually listen to the song.
So have you sort of been sitting on this since before everything that happened, or is it kind of a mix of new material?
No,
material?
it's
Not before, but we've had it for about a year.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, about probably a year ago today we went into the studio, basically.
Brilliant. And I mean, today there are some amazing bands playing, you'll see later on. But I want to ask, have you got anyone you're excited to see today?
We're going to see Hot Mulligan. We toured with them in 2019 in the States, so it's been like almost 3 years since we saw them, and yeah, so I think it's been really exciting to be able to watch them again.
Brilliant. And okay, so I do want to ask, now we found out you guys have been in the UK for a while, I feel bad, I ask this most of the Student Music Network things I do, kind of get an idea of the personality of who we're talking to.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pose you a scenario. So we're in a Tesco's,
Yeah.
right? And I've told you can get a meal deal.
Okay.
What are you getting?
Right, interesting. I'm getting like one of those like wraps.
Okay, like, are we talking about the plant-based or like the duck ones?
I don't know, it really depends on like what I'm feeling, really. Like anything that's spicy.
Spicy wrap,
I think
okay.
yes, spicy. And then I really like those like Thai sweet chicken. I can't remember what the name of them is, but they come in like the little like turquoise kind of like packet.
Oh yeah.
Those and an orange juice. Yeah.
Good stuff, that's solid. I like it better. I mean, we'll find out a few more of them today, but I remember the last interview I did, I got someone who said prawn cocktail crisps.
Yeah.
I think one of those like botanical berry things, and then like a ham sandwich.
You said get out.
And because I couldn't cancel the interview, because obviously I've got to, be professional.
Yeah.
But I was this close. But yeah, it was a bad time for me. But I want to ask, so you got Slam Dunk today. Have you guys got anything else you want to talk about? Any gigs you got coming up? Any festivals? We're getting into festival season.
Well, this is the last festival for us in the UK. We're doing 2 headlines, one in London and one in Manchester, in like a week and a bit, and then we leave after that.
Brilliant. Where can we catch you? Where should we tell the fans to get you guys in London, Manchester?
So our London show is sold out. It's at the Graves, but in Manchester we're at Star and Garden.
Awesome. Okay.
Yes.
Brilliant. I'll say I sadly sold out, but
We're coming back.
Okay, you'll come back. All right.
Yeah.
We'll let you guys know when they come back. Right. So it's the festival season, and my number one favourite thing about festivals, going to festivals, just watching festivals in general, it's got to be Celtic. Okay, festival style is absolutely brilliant, and Slam Dunk is no exception. We have an amazing mix of alternative classic festival looks, some amazing orange shirts, some amazing inside suits. So all we want to do is we want to look around and we want to find who has the best fit for Slam Dunk 2022. We'll be talking to some professional goers, we'll be seeing what they're wearing, and I'm sure they're going to be some amazing outfits.
Vegan aka peach soda.
Beach soda, okay. So, I mean, it's brilliant. How do you come to fairy toys when you're doing princess?
Gay Princess Mary.
I love it. That's my favourite kind of fairy. Okay, can we get 12? And we got the wings on the bike pack as well. That is brilliant. Can I ask who you get to see today? Who are you looking forward to?
I was looking forward to the U's, but they're not going to do awesome. They're very sad.
I'd like to say, I'm the first person we've talked to for this bit who hasn't said they're here to see Big D.
Oh my god, boring.
And I'm joining you today by Katie and Lydia. How are you guys doing? Very good. So, we picked you out because I'm loving these hats. Absolutely brilliant. The flag is a very nice touch as well. Oh, thank you. I can enter myself. So, yeah. Speaking of, being a long day, I'm just wondering, is there anyone you're looking forward to seeing today?
Yeah. Well, I missed the Bronx, but I watched them yesterday. I love Leeds and Hatfield, so I want to watch them. I don't know really. Leeds and Hatfield mainly.
Yeah.
How about you? You got anyone?
Not really.
Business and only.
Somebody you really like this kind of music.
I mean, it's good fun to go and watch bands. The bands here, it's just, it's not necessarily what I'd always listen to. I just, to be honest, I'm more excited to just soak up the atmosphere of that excitement of people out and about again, like in a festival setting. Like, it's just mad.
I know what you mean, because going back here, the last time I went to Slam Dunk was obviously before the pandemic.
Yeah.
And coming back here, seeing everything again, it's always very emotional, getting everyone back together.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and you guys finally, I don't want to say, COVID's over, 'cause not really, but we're not really getting restricted on it anymore, and you guys are making the most of it. I mean, you've coming off a great tour with Don Brocco, and I just was supporting them, and I just want to ask, how's that been?
It's just one show at Albert Hall.
Yeah.
It was cool, it was right.
Yeah, it was great. It's a crazy venue. They're great guys that we've known for a long time, and so it was just really nice. Yeah.
I remember chatting to them during the pandemic over Zoom.
Yeah.
It was very weird. I don't know if you did many Zoom interviews during that.
We did a few.
Yeah, it's that very odd sort of, you don't know when to start talking, stop talking.
Yeah.
But I mean, as well as just supporting a show, you also just announced you've got a headline tour coming across the UK. And I was told for London, am I okay to say the Roundhouse? Also, okay, you've just been announced to play the Roundhouse, which is obviously an amazing venue.
Yeah.
I just want to know how you're feeling about that.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I know we did play it 9 years ago, and I know James really didn't enjoy that show, so I'm quite excited to be able to go back and do it again.
Sure.
Yeah.
I know. Was it just not kind of?
I don't know, I'm just a miserable old git sometimes.
just not your night.
Yeah, but it's never my night.
Yeah.
Basically, I was making excuses. No, it was fine. I think it was a weird time. It was years ago. It was like, I was going through a weird period.
But yeah, it's a great venue. And
It's one of my favourite venues to go to.
Okay, one more thing I just want to ask, you guys got the new EP coming out, some exciting collabs as well. I just want to ask, what's next for you guys? What's next for yours truly?
Well, really, now that this EP is coming out, we just want to tour as much as possible now that we can tour again. And just to, come back to the UK as much as possible and kind of, really build something here. Like, we're really focusing on the UK at the moment.
Okay, yeah, interesting. Because I want to ask, because Australia at the moment, their punk scene is, getting absolutely amazing. You've got some Amel the Sniffer, the Chats, a lot of famous bands coming over to the UK. Would you consider yourself sort of part of that almost Australian punk renaissance?
I feel like it's a different kind. Like, I feel like those bands are like Aussie Triple J punk. Like, it's a different kind. It's a different feel to what we do. But I think that, like I just said, the whole thing about Triple J, they have built up so many bands in put them in the forefront of Australia, really, by playing them on the radio. So I like to think that we're a part of the wave of Australian bands going overseas.
I would say it has been amazing to see, because I have family in Australia in Melbourne.
Okay.
And so I sort of, it's like a nice link. We can actually talk about something, which is brilliant. And I just want to quickly say, I don't really talk about the new album, but you've put out a few singles from it already, and I'm just wondering, it is a very, I don't want to say weighty, but a very, important album to you guys, given what you went through coming back together. How's it felt seeing the response to these new singles?
Yeah, it's felt pretty mad, to be honest.
Sort of a two-year hiatus and then coming back into it.
Yeah,
It's pretty mental that people still care about us, which is amazing.
Well, it's because
I just did not know what to expect. I didn't know whether it would be as it has been, which is amazing, or whether no one would care. So.
But also, I would say it has been amazing to read that, but I feel like this is probably the happiest we've been with a record, and so first and foremost in the studio we made sure it was we loved it, and so it's amazing to see that. But I know in records before I've really cared so much about what people think about it, whereas I'm well, I know how I feel, and so I hope it people love it, but if they don't, that's fine.
Absolutely.
That's pretty clear. Now, I like to close things off with, normally I'll ask you what your favourite Tesco meal deal is, but I feel like, if you do want to answer that, feel free.
I don't think I've ever had a Tesco meal deal.
That's the thing, I don't want to assume, but I do want to ask, I like to sort of figure out, so when you guys come here, are you checking out the festival food, or do you bring your own sort of hack lunch, anything like that?
To be fair, I ate the catering.
How was it?
It's alright.
Yeah.
What do you guys get specialist catering?
Well, all the artists has came so.
Fair enough. What'd you get?
Lamb kofta.
Yeah, very nice.
Nah, I'll definitely be having a look around the stalls.
Yeah, I had the most bizarre thing earlier.
Really? Bizarre good or bizarre?
Honestly, bizarre but also really good.
Nice.
It's like you might have seen it, it's gone a bit viral online. It's like the Yorkshire wrap. They get like a massive Yorkshire pudding. They put, I got like a pigs and blood. They put some sausages, bacon, stuff. They make like a messiest thing I've ever eaten.
Sounds good.
Honestly, I don't, I'm not promoted by them, but like, okay. It was something. It was. It's not in this area. It was down near one of the other stages, but definitely recommend it. But
That sounds great.
but yeah, it was
I'll
well.
try that.
We'll leave it on a very tasty note. You know, anyone listening, you can't get one because we're here. But, thank you so much for joining us, and you know, great luck tonight.
Awesome.
It's gonna be brilliant. Awesome.
Thanks so much, man.
Cheers.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for joining us today. Is there anything you want to say before we sign off?
Enjoy Slam Dunk.
Thank you. Enjoy Slam Dunk. Thank you.